In this series of masterclasses, held before an invited audience of music students, the great French cellist Paul Tortelier coaches advanced students and young professionals in 6 major works from the cello repertoire. In tonight's program, he works on the Sonata in G minor for cello and piano by Rachmaninov, written when Rachmaninov was 28. It's a comparatively neglected work, though, as it happens, it dates from the same year as his popular second piano concerto. The 2 cellists taking part are Leslie Shrigley-Jones and Sumiko Kurata. Leslie Shrigley-Jones is 20 and comes from Altrincham in Cheshire. While still at school, she was a member of the National Youth Orchestra for 5 years. She's now studying both cello and piano at the Royal Northern College of Music in Manchester. Sumiko Kurata, from Japan, is 30. She studied first at the Tokyo High School of Music and later with Tortelier at the Paris Conservatoire, where she gained first prize. She's given concerts in Japan and Paris and has toured Europe as the cellist in a piano quartet. The accompanist is Geoffrey Pratley.
Très bien. The beginning was very good. Leslie. Now, perhaps we can hear the directly now. It is very sad, the beginning. It's like the Russian plane. You feel Russia in it?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. It's all Russian planes in 2 notes. Complaining. Desolated a little. Hmm? Perhaps directly the perhaps a little more suddenly. Everything is very sudden. No, the Russian. No, more. We with Bach, I would do it discreetly. With Mozart, would be very quiet. You see, nuance. But with the Russian, the nuances are always very accentuated. Don't be afraid. They go suddenly. You know, from pianissimo to mezzo forte to forte. They do that all the time. We mustn't be afraid. Here, the little. Even if it is not with the pressure, it will be harsh, but with the speed. I hope the cameraman gets my bow when I speak of speed, because if he gets my figure, my face, the point will not be there. But I'm sure they are very good cameramen. You see? The F. But unfortunately, the most important note was too slow. You had the speed, but not here. Not much. Voila. This gives anxiety, because there is anxiety after the. Will you try, Sumiko, to play? You plan from the beginning also, or what do you prefer? Vous préférez depuis le début? Sumiko speaks rather French, so you will allow me to say a few words in French. Au début?
Perhaps
Allegro. Perhaps allegro, she said in English. Bravo, Sumiko. It's funny, it's the opposite. You are a little too light, perhaps it's just a little too heavy. Un petit peu trop lourd. Parce que le pianissimo était très joli là que vous avez fait. Ça serait mieux, it would be better to stay at the point for that, Sumiko. Hein? Aparte. You know what means aparte in English? Aparte means away. Hmm? You see, Sumiko? I think that we could try now. I would like to try the middle, the central part when you have a développement. Coming from the second theme. The second theme is also by semitone. Huh? Always starting, the beginning start, and the second theme. It's interesting always to know how music is made. Huh? We have the right to do that. We must do that. We, performer, must study composition. A musician must be complete, huh? must be also a composer. You must study composition and see how it is made also. Now, from this second theme, he makes this divertimento, again with a semitone. Perhaps you try that, Sumiko? No, I meant now the allegro molto. Sumiko, you have been very brave. But you know, I made a joke with Jeffrey. I said, now, Jeffrey, in this place, you will play like a, not bad pianist, but like a pianist who is a little selfish and who is not really listening to the cello. And unfortunately, many pianists are so used to play alone that when they play chamber music, sometimes they don't pay attention. In this case, I am sure the piano was too loud, but it was purposely that we did it. To emphasize this, when you play a sonata, be very careful about the pianist. Watch him, watch the pianist. He can be your friend, but he can be your enemy. Well, in music, we must be friends, huh? It is a community. Alors now, he did it purposely. I'm sure it was too loud. You were covered in the middle. Now, it would be nice to do it just a little once more so that she's heard better. And now we know the fact. And especially in this Rachmaninov sonata, the balance has to be watched. Il faut faire attention à l'équilibre quand vous la jouerez. Because Rachmaninov was a pianist, and of course, he gave the piano the lion's share. La part du lion, on dit en français, n'est-ce pas? We have the same expression in France. Il était pianiste, lui. Alors, il a mis la part. You know what it means? Vous connaissez la part du lion en japonais? Je ne sais pas. It means it gave the best part to the piano. Il a donné la meilleure partie. And alors now, she deserves to have it now with a better balance. Hein? Vous voulez refaire la même chose, encore une fois? C'est si beau, ça. At the and I would be down bow on the top note. Je serais en tirant sur les... Je commencerai en poussant. N'est-ce pas? Je changerai. Pour avoir, in order to have down bow. Will you try that, bowing? You did it? Is it your bowing?
No, but I'll try.
Ah, you try. Elle va essayer. Now change. C'est ça. Voilà, c'est ça. You see, you will have a better climax. Alors, now, that's after, après, on continue. Vous le faites avec le piano. Bien, bien, bien. Faites la même chose, Sumiko. The same thing. Voulez-vous faire? So, there is a chord about. Boom. C'est la partie, elle est importante. It is important, this part, because it is stormy. C'est orageux. Then you must really play like if you were a C. The C is not counting in bowing. The C. The bow is much too small to do the C, to be a C. So move the bow and change the bow. Let's try that. Yes. When you do one bow, I do two bows. So I have these waves. Once more. One. And this has to be in particular. Because it gets to another key. We are in C minor. We go up one scale higher. Huh? That was very good. Now I think we could play the slow movement. It would be beautiful to hear this lovely tune. Ah, a tune. A tune. Nowadays, we are poor. Music is not very tuneful. Do you agree? Music of today is not tuneful enough because it is hard. To write a tune, you have to take it from your blood. Now people take music from their head too much. It must be, the head must work, but connected with the heart. Yes. Alors, here we have the most beautiful tune. I will be delighted to hear you. You like it?
Yeah, no.
Alors, you start. would like to hear more, but I must say it was beautiful. When it is beautiful, why should I criticize? Now, why not after with Sumiko? Because this was so beautiful. Yes. The climax. Thank you. It's a shame to stop you, I must say. But people want me to speak. I shouldn't speak. I shouldn't speak, and I must speak. Well, Casals admits that we may speak. Casals. We are safe. Not much to say, Sumiko. I love the way you play that like a little girl. See, like little Mélisande, you know, the Mélisande? You know, opera, Mélisande? When she cries in the beginning of, she says, I am lost in the woods. She is a mysterious little... You know, vous connaissez Mélisande? Ça, c'est tout à fait musulman. Little girl, no? It's beautiful. Alors, the climax before is extraordinary. You can still bring it more, but you have to reserve. It's a long crescendo, no? A long crescendo. But now, something is interesting about harmony, because we must... Have you noticed that when the piano plays the beginning, will you play, Jeffrey? Pardon, excuse me, what is very correct. Venezia is not far, huh? You know what I mean, Venezia? You feel the waves, the soft waves. Venezia in the good time when there was no mechanic boat, no small boats. Now they have these big boats. Only the gondola, huh? But what is interesting that he starts with the minor chord. Let's see. Major. Minor. I love it. Yeah? And when you play, it is inverted. It is, when you play. Isn't it genial? Genial, you understand the word, genial? Now the people try so much with percussion, with glockenspiel, to find music. And here, with this simple mean, Rachmaninov gave us everything. Because the piano starts melancholically. And it is the same music with quite another color. That's why he plays piano, because it is minor. Again. And now a little light. And when we play, the sun has come up, and it is right away the major. That's why we have mezzo forte. That's why we have, haven't we, mezzo forte? I don't know, I have not the music there. Forte. Forte. It's surprising because it is such a soft. But now, this is the explanation. Explanation is in the piano part, my dear. When you make a sonata, you must study from the piano part. Absolutely. Otherwise, you cannot know. So don't be afraid to come in full light. You finish a little your phrase. Because of the major chord now. You see? Huh? Happiness. Happiness. Now, when I think that people don't know about happiness, of course, we mustn't be proud to be musicians, but we are so fortunate that we know about happiness. For instance, Charles de Gaulle didn't know about happiness. He was asked once about happiness. He said, what happiness doesn't exist. Le bonheur, he said in French. Il a dit le bonheur, mais ça n'existe pas. Always a duty, only, you know, ideals, but le bonheur. Because he was not a musician. It exists for a musician. Even in sadness, we have happiness, haven't we? No, really, when the musicalism will be spread over the world will change. This famous happiness, also Rubinstein talked about happiness, and he made little mistakes. He said that it can be in the heart of a miner, cool miner, and not in the heart of the Prince of Wales, because the Prince of Wales can be blasé. But this is not true. It is not because you are poor that you are happy, or not because you are rich that you are not happy. It is not a question of money, it is true, but it doesn't help to be poor and sick. While it can help to be rich and healthy, for instance. But happiness is something besides, distinct, true. But money is necessary. I'm sorry to speak about money in politics, but an artist wants the people to be happy. He is made to bring happiness. We have found happiness, and we are unhappy if we cannot carry this happiness to the other. And to carry this beautiful happiness, the listener must have had a good meal before. At least he must have had a meal. So we are involved with politics, because everything starts with a meal. Must be full there, but at least sufficiently. Huh? You know India? You know the tragedy in India? Affreux, terrible. So, to come back to it, we shall be happy when there will be a musicalism. People, there will be a nice community, and we will bring this to everybody. I'm sure, because we all have a heart. Huh? When we play this, we are happy. That's all what I wanted to say. Now, let's jump to the finale. To the finale. There are many things there interesting. Now, I don't know, you played more. Now I want you both to be happy. And you see, it's a little equality to be happy. Alors, now, you played less, huh? Yes. Alors, you start with the finale. It's not very revolutionary. No. An English who said that you are not enough revolutionary, and there is no less revolutionary than an English. You said he is not revolutionary enough. Huh? You said?
No, you can punch.
Ah. I'll change all that. No, listen to me. Marvelous. Marvelous. Now, not ta. Not a military match. Rush. Good, too much. Just good, but a little too much. thank you. That was just a feminine tone and male tone. You agree? She has a male tone, no? Which was right for this Russian melody. This is typically Russian, huh? We must have a Russian cello. Russian cello. Russian Italian, too. There are so many things to say now about the first phrase that I don't know which one to start with. Joyful. Joyful. This is not joyful here. I think it would be more joyful in the first string. No, I know you are very reserved. You like very much. It's nice, but it is intimate. It is not quite the moment to be, because it's the ta yum pa pa pa. Look, ta yum pa 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 pa. Now, do you feel this? No. Do you feel this? Do you feel this intimate? No, it is not the moment. No. Now, alors, the second theme, I think there was nothing to say. It was beautiful, Sumiko, except that you could stay in your Russian voice a little longer. Only there when this is opening. But of course, the D is the... it's difficult to get. And also important to stay on the weak beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. He likes very much to stay on the weak beat, Rachmaninov, to be upside down. So exaggerate that. Perhaps you want to do this phrase?
I do this.
Yes, well, that's interesting. That's nice. Well, I prefer it on the G string, but it is more difficult. It is difficult. This is the first. It is a little cold. It's more an hymn. It is not quite Russian, not quite warm enough, I think, on this string. Now, after we have a nice place, Menu Mosso. I think it would be nice to have that, if you don't mind. Will you try, Sumiko? Menu Mosso. She wants quicker. Bien. Bien. The pizzicato are not. I would choose the open A there because it remains. Here you can do. So that they both vibrate together. They were too weak, your pizzicato. They are like really bells, huh? You can have a little more also, a little more, how do you say, wind, a scent, a perfume, atmosphère. Un parfum, comment dit-on en anglais? Parfum. Perfume? Perfume. Yes, coming from the air. You hear both there? And here. Yeah. Vous comprenez? These waves, the crescendo is better at a point. Do it with all your body. Like swimming, like swimming. Will you do that again, Sumiko? From the beginning? It is difficult to have the high wave on the note, on the high note, because the big, this is bigger. It must be smaller. But the string is big here. So we have the opposite. We have, instead of la crête des vagues. I don't know how do you say that. The top of the huh? The crest of it. Yes, it's difficult to get the crest. Will you try again? Quick. C'est ça. We mustn't be seasick. Huh? We mustn't be seasick. Oh, it mustn't be too big. Will you try? Will you try? Try again. Try again. You have a little trouble with your stretch. You can't get. We try it. Try that. Oui. She should study my method a little, huh, Sumiko? You know this exercise for the stretch. You know. You remember the accompaniment? I have a good exercise for the stretch. Also a little piece. It will be good because we have a... You like it? You are not obliged to say yes. No, you like it? I'm glad. Because it is tuneful. Though it is an exercise, it is tuneful. Voilà. It is encouraging for you because we don't ask every cellist or violin player to write an opera. And I wouldn't. I don't feel I can write an opera. I can write a symphony, but not an opera. But as to you, you can write very well an exercise, a nice one. Chopin has written studies, which are masterpieces. But even an exercise can be musical today. Eh? And we don't need 100 instruments of percussion to make it interesting. We are here in family. Sumiko, my pupil, plays a little. And we are pleased. Now, the importance, you know what I mean. Huh? Now, the importance is this stretch between your two middle fingers. And with this exercise, you have to stretch, because one is D sharp, coming to E, must be close to the last. That's clear for you, huh, now? Now, coming back to this, let's do the end, perhaps. The end, yes. Well, the canon, I would like to have no...
Start with the piano.
You start with the piano, and you do, Sumiko? You know where it is, Sumiko? This, when the second idea comes, c'est ça. beautiful. You wanted to go to the end, huh? But I want to say that was beautiful. You like also? It is comfort also to think that she was at war with the Russians a few years ago. I mean, 50 or Japan. There was a war between Russia and Japan, and look how she loves the Russian music because she plays so well. It was quite Russian, quite Russian. You want to play this tune? Everybody wants to play this tune, don't you want? Oui. With this beautiful pedal, with this beautiful, yes, do that. Perfect serenity, perfect sonority. I have just one little remark to do. It is that we must a little lean more on the top note, which is on the weak beat. Now let's do just a coda. The coda together. 3, 4, 1. Merci. Bravo. Bravo to you both. Now, perhaps we finish in the beautiful key of E flat major, my favorite key. Still warmer than G major, huh? And in this case, I suggest playing the end of the slow movement for you.
In next week's masterclass, Tortelier works on Dvorak's cello concerto at the slightly earlier time of 7:10 here on 2.